What's up, Nerdy Nation? Welcome to the Nerdy Side Up. I'm Lou.
And I'm Ben, and welcome back to the next episode, episode 10.
I know. It's kind of an achievement.
It is a little bit of an achievement, to be fair. We've stuck at it, which has been fun.
Yes, it's definitely been fun, and I've enjoyed every minute. And
Absolutely.
Shall we continue with more episodes?
Absolutely.
Good man.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
Welcome back in, one and everyone. Apologies, this has been a long time coming, episode 10. Summer holidays were in full swing, and trying to find any time has been brutal on us all, between work, between the holidays, between all of that sort of stuff. It's just been rough, but it's done now. We're back to normal. We're ready-ish.
Yeah.
As ready as we're ever going to be.
That
we're
is
ready
true.
to go. And we have news, I think.
We've always got news.
Always got news. And given the time frame.
There's probably lots to cover.
Indeed.
There's big moves from obviously San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, which feels like an absolute age ago now.
We are proper late to the party on this one.
Proper behind on the party, but we've got to share our thoughts, because at the end of the day, this is stuff that affects us.
Indeed, and you know, if San Diego Comic-Con are listening and want to throw us some free tickets, please do.
If they're listening,
yes,
at some point in the future.
It would be.
Not happening.
I must admit, it would dream. That would
goals,
be
life goals. We'll get there one day.
We'll have to do it like the film Paul as well. RV,
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
road tripping,
100%.
But yeah, I think the biggest thing. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming the Nerdy Nation already knows, but we'll cover it anyway for our thoughts. But obviously, Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU as Doctor Doom. I must admit, I didn't see that one coming.
No, me neither. When I saw it pop up, I audible gasp.
Yeah,
because I thought he was done. I thought he was done with the MCU.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to feel about it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure how to feel about it. My instant reaction was joy.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think he's brilliant.
He's got that, like, I don't know if this is the right word, but that like persona about him that he could portray Doctor Doom.
100%.
I mean, to me, and I might get a bit of stick for this, but it was bigger than the Oasis reunion.
Yeah, I'd agree
because
with that.
I could not care about that.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, they are Manchester's second most famous brothers, in my opinion, after the Neville brothers. At least they've got talent.
Yeah.
But anyway, I won't divulge because I'll probably spend the next hour slagging Oasis off. And I would quite happily do it.
Controversial opinion at time.
No, definitely not. Anyway, yes, so I'm intrigued to see how they will do it because I did, at the time, delve into my nerd archive. And I can't remember what... I think there's been a few comic book runs. I know one of them was What If, the series, where Iron Man does become Doctor Doom through like the mind swap, I think it was.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think and I might be wrong on this because it was a while ago that I checked it, but I'm pretty sure that the Avengers kill Doctor Doom, but Tony Stark is really like basically on death's door as well. And I think the only way they can do it is by like doing a mind swap. And then like Doctor Doom's evilness like overtakes Tony Stark's mind, and Tony Stark as Doctor Doom ends up killing the Avengers.
Okay.
But I think there's obviously multiple storylines. So I think for me, the biggest interest will be how they're going to do it.
Absolutely.
Because obviously it's going to have to be one of the multiverses, isn't it?
Well, realistically, you're going to have to... I'll be intrigued as if they could find any way of putting it in the current MCU universe. The only way that realistically he could delve into this is through jumping across the multiverse.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe as an outcome from the Doctor Strange film, the last Doctor Strange film, maybe... Because I remember the post-credit scene from that film was Venom jumping into a Spidey sort of universe that wasn't his own.
Yeah, Eddie Brock. He was at a tiki bar, wasn't he?
Yeah,
and there was the news article of Quentin Blake revealing Spidey. No, it wasn't.
J. Jonah Jameson.
That was it. Yeah. So
he revealed Spidey.
That's it.
Yeah. Is there more of a sort of like, has he come across in this way? What, or maybe we'll get some form of origin before he jumps across. We don't know. There's so much speculation sort of up in the air. I wasn't sure how to feel about it, to be honest with you, but then it's probably the best thing they could have done, given the fact that they had to cancel realistically the next villain arc, which was Kang. They kind of had to cancel that a little bit, didn't they? So
yeah, they did. Yeah.
It's probably the best option because it's made everyone forget about Kang, because RDJ was and still is RDJ, and he's a massively polarizing figure within the MCU.
He will. I have no doubt he will do the role very well and put his spin on it.
100%.
It will just we'll see. I think time will tell, and I hope they don't give away too much in the trailers.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think we've discussed before in previous episodes, the MCU has taken a massive dive, in my opinion, and I think you agree as well.
I did,
yeah. It needs something. Don't get me wrong. Deadpool and Wolverine definitely brought it back up.
I'm still yet to see it. However, I've unfortunately, it's like over a month old now. I'm gonna see bits.
Oh, mate,
it's gonna be spoiled for me. There are elements that have been spoiled for me, and it just looks. It looks incredible. I can't wait to see it.
I've seen it twice, and it was amazing.
Just as good second time round.
It was better because, again, with those sort of films, like for the likes of us and like the rest of the nerdy nation, you watch it, you enjoy it, you see it again, and you notice things that you didn't notice.
Yeah, you notice smaller details because you're taking in this massive sort of thing.
And with the amount of like cameos and references and everything else,
you miss something on the first time round.
Oh,
so the second time round, when you're spotting them and you're picking those references and cameos out that you didn't quite get the first time round, that are not like maybe the major ones that have been seen. Yeah, I'm excited to see it, and I will probably watch it numerous times over.
I mean, I'd go and watch it for a third time.
Yeah.
If it was on now, I'd be like, just cancel the episode and go and watch it.
And genuinely, I think if the kids were at school, I would have gone on my own.
Yeah.
On a midweek showing, nice early in the morning, when everyone's at work, everyone's at school, I've got a day off, I would have gone then. It was just unfortunate that they launched in the summer holidays.
It's one of them for you, unfortunately, isn't it?
It is what it is in relation to that. But RDJ coming back was surreal. It was mega. I think it will work. I will be interested to see, given the fact that they announced the cast for Fantastic Four. Also, can we just come back to it? They could be the best Fantastic Four.
I don't think they could be any worse.
Don't get me wrong, the last one wasn't great. I quite liked the first iteration of it, where it was Fantastic Four and then Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer. Quite enjoyed that.
Yes,
I would have. For the
time it was, because obviously the MCU wasn't as it is now.
It wasn't full-flowing. It was a real sort of like dip their toes in the water sort of.
It was a good old Fox version of a Marvel
100%,
film.
100%.
And we all know how well Fox has done with Marvel films over the years.
Not great.
No. Thank you, Disney, for buying out Fox.
Yeah. However...
Yes, going back to it, yes.
The actors that they've chosen...
Yes, I think we discussed the lineup on a previous episode.
The actors that they've chosen is really, really good. I wonder how they will incorporate any form of Doom within that film, and will it be linked to the RDJ version of Doom? Will it be linked to a precursor RDJ version of Doom? I just don't know. Anything that's got Pascal Pedro in it is gonna be outrageously good. Yeah, and I actually quite like Vanessa Kirby.
Sue Storm.
She's not. I think this is one of her first sort of like nerdy-ish roles. I know she was in. I think she was in Mission Impossible, and she was also in The Crown as well. I think that's where she got her sort of big sort of thing.
She was Mission Impossible. I think she was in the Napoleon film that was out last year.
It might be but I actually think she's very, very good. So I reckon she'll do it really well.
And then obviously you've got Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. I mean, Stranger Things.
Yeah,
He played
100%.
he smashed that role in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's probably his first kind of big movie role. I think he's mainly done TV series. So
the last couple of episodes of Stranger Things were basically movies anyway, weren't
well,
they?
yeah, they're like an hour long. And then I think if I remember correctly, that the villain is Galactus in this. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
So
for sure.
although if I think it probably will be, to be fair, the post credit scene could be
RDJ.
Thank you. He could be like the post credit scene as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, which would
tie it in well.
Yeah, which would tie it in nicely, and then perhaps hopefully, I'm praying for a decent Fantastic Four film.
It's got to happen at some point. I mean, how many is this? 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, including the one that.
So it could
have the one that wasn't made but was written, and you did a deep dive into it. One of the previous ones, but laws of averages. There's got to be a decent one at some point, and everything.
So ironically, Pedro, it could be Fantastic Four.
Yeah, which would be quite funny. But anything that Pedro Pascal seems to put his mind to at the moment is sensational.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully that's a little bit of a gold dust. Moving slightly tangentially, but still face pressed up against the box. The new Captain America: Brave New World trailer came out.
Yep.
Again, quite like the look of that. Wasn't expecting Harrison Ford to jump into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, I'm here for it.
The money was obviously right.
Absolutely, but I'm here for it. I like Harrison Ford. I think he's brilliant in most things. So yeah, and the trailer looked good. I never really got on board with the TV series after the Infinity Saga when it came to the next steps of all these characters and stuff like that. I wasn't on board with the TV series. I never really got into Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all that sort of stuff.
No.
So this is going to be probably my first sort of real iteration as Sam as Captain America. And I'm quite looking forward to it. I hope they haven't given off all of this sort of, it looks like it's going to be incredible, but all the decent stuff is in the trailer, as some people do. However, I'm here for it. I'm quite looking forward to it. And if it doesn't come out in a school holiday, then I will be fully on board to go and watch it when it comes out.
One of my favourite things I noticed in the trailer, is when obviously we know Harrison Ford is the president. When they're obviously in the Oval Office in the White House, there is obviously like a picture of a previous president on the wall, and I believe it's the actor. Is it Liam Neeson? No, Nelson, the comedian one. Yeah, the one who. Yeah, I know the one you're on about. Yeah. That everything sort of like plain, sort of didn't understand sayings. I know the one you're on about. Well, in Scary Movie 4, he is the president of the United States, and in the background there is a picture of Harrison Ford as a previous president.
Oh,
so I think it's kind of a little like nod to. Not necessarily
scary movies.
Yeah,
I love that. I'm here for that.
I was a bit like,
that's an unusual nod, but yeah, cool. I'm again here for these sort of weird and wonderful quirks that the MCU bring out.
Yeah, I just saw that and I was like, I'm down for that. I love little nods to other films and things like that.
And other franchises which are a little bit off the cuff and tongue in cheek and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm here for it. Is it Leslie Nelson?
That's the one. Thank you very much.
There you go. I knew it was up there somewhere. Love that. Something a little bit different that we both enjoy that came from that as well. Dexter.
Yes, new Dexter.
A couple of new seasons coming out. First one is
Resurrection, is it?
Yeah, Dexter Resurrection, which I think kind of leads on from the most recent series that came out. You said you didn't watch the most recent one, Dexter New Blood?
Yeah, it's one of those things that because obviously I think I said as well before with Dexter, I blitzed season 1 to 7 that I borrowed off DVD.
Yeah.
Good old days of DVD
God,
before all these like Fandangle streams come out.
Yeah, I don't think you can get a DVD nowadays, can you?
I don't know. Do you remember VHS?
Yeah.
I tell you what we was talking about at work, just to quickly dive off.
Go on.
Laser discs.
That was that weird period between VHS and DVD, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, you had Betamax as well, which was I never understood because it was bigger than a VHS, and so was the player that it went into.
Yeah.
But it had the same concept.
Yeah.
I don't unless it was like 4K HD Betamax of its time.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but
then laser discs were like a vinyl, but with a film on.
Yeah. But then of that time, like I don't understand why they would have gone bigger, because the whole realm of technology of that sort of era was trying to make things
smaller,
as small as humanly possible with everything
like mini discs. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
They never really took off, did they? Mini discs.
No, and I didn't ever expect them to be honest with you.
Although my cousin had a mini disc player in his car, and I did think it was pretty cool because it was like a mini floppy disk.
Yeah.
Oh, we are turning back the time.
Yeah, we are rolling back the years.
But anyway, so I recorded them all because I wanted to watch them all at once, because there's certain things where I'm like, I can quite happily watch an episode a week and be fine with it. But there's certain things where I'm like, I'll just record them all and then I'll have like a marathon and blitz them. But I think
I was the same with Dexter.
I think it's still on the Skybox to watch, and we'll probably just collect dust in the eternal hard drive of my Skybox.
Yeah,
but hey ho, never mind.
Yeah. Well, so I really liked the original like run of Dexter. And then I like what they did with the new season. I thought it was really, really good. I'm not sure where they're going to go from this. I mean, he dies again.
Yeah.
How many more times is he going to die and get resurrected?
Well, it's like Jigsaw, isn't it, in the Saw films? I mean,
yeah, he never goes, but it'll be interesting to see if they continue it through his son, obviously with the trauma of the Trinity killer way back when.
Yeah,
there's that trauma.
There's quite a few variants they can.
Yeah, they can go with
use
it.
As a traumatic experience.
The resurrection side of things, they can probably jump back to how Dexter's stepdad, Deb's dad, kind of coached him in that sort of way, and the flashbacks and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see a little bit of that because it did say Michael C. Hall was reprising his role as Dexter in the new one, so maybe there'll be some flashbacks or sort
Ghost Dexter.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. But for me, and as you all know, I love a good origin story.
You do.
There's an origin story out there for everyone, and I love a good origin story. Dexter Original Sin is coming out in December. This year, it's Dexter before season 1. It's a young Dexter sort of exploring the worlds of being that way inclined.
Yeah.
The morality of what he's doing weighed up against, obviously, the immorality of actually killing people and sort of the steps that he takes as a youngster. So I am quite excited to see that. I'm quite excited to see it sort of be fleshed out, be packed out. And I'm also intrigued to see how much research they've done on the original sort of series, and they put some hints in there. Like, are they going to hint at the brother, even though he didn't know it was the brother until season 1?
They're going to do like some younger sort of episodes with them and like his mum and
are they going to like fully flesh out his stepdad and sort of the transition of animals to people and him trying to teach him a bit of morality, because he knows that he can't stop it, but can we do this in the quote unquote right way? There's never a right way to kill someone. There's never a right way to do any of that. However, it's weird.
The logic does make sense.
Dexter's one of those weird things that you shouldn't root for him by any stretch of the imagination, but you just want to root for him. You don't want him to get caught. You don't want him to go to prison,
because he's kind of doing the world a favour, even though it's a TV series. Not condoning it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone go out and be a Dexter. Clarify that.
Not. But it's I'm looking forward to it. And as you know, I do love a good origin story. So I'm hoping that'll be a good origin story.
We shall see.
We shall see indeed. What else came from?
I'm just trying to think. So I recently went and saw the new Alien film.
Oh, okay. Talk to me. I
Yes,
haven't seen it.
I really enjoyed. So I knew it was coming out. This is how good it is. I can't remember the title. It's Alien Romulus. Yeah, it was. And during the lineup, I obviously decided to watch all the original Alien and Predator films. Like redid the whole thing.
Yeah.
They were some jump scary films back in the day. Like even now, like the cat in the first one. That honestly, I'd have shot that cat. I mean, I love cats, but the amount of times that made me jump on that ship, that would have been out of there.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no, it was really good. There was again a lot of nods to previous Alien films. To it, kind of doing a non-spoilerish review because it hasn't been out that long, I don't think.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of the series, you know, I would definitely go and watch it. In the Alien film franchise timeline, I'm gonna have to double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's in between number 2 and number 3.
I don't understand the timeline, to be fair, because there was the one. Is Prometheus
a prequel? Yeah.
So I remember watching that one, but then just the whole timeline just confuses me.
But I think nowadays, like some of these films, they're just like, oh, we can just slot that in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I get that.
I get it, but sometimes
I love a franchise that is that's fleshing out, that's doing the story. Like I know they're overpopulating Star Wars a little bit. Again, maybe moving a few steps further off or further forward. I know they're overpopulating Star Wars at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm very, very disappointed that Acolyte hasn't been renewed for... And I appreciate where people are coming from, and I appreciate sort of people weren't on board with it necessarily. However, it's a timeline that I want to see fleshed a bit. I want to see the fall of the Jedi, for want of a better word, the first time round. I want to see a little bit of history and a little bit of backstory of Darth Plagueis. I want to see the origins of Sidious. I want to see that because I want a fleshed out universe, not just in the time frame that we see. They make so many references to the past. They make so many references to the stages of that sort of stuff. I want it fleshed out. I want to be able to visually see it. I want to be able to explore that side of things.
I think the thing I find is, and I totally agree, I want to see more of the Sith era and the fall of the Jedi, because it's the age-old thing, is it? As a kid, you always want to be a Jedi, but as you grow up, you realise, actually, no, I want to be more Sith.
Yeah,
but
you always drag yourself into that one.
Again, it's just my opinion. I just feel that they're like, let's just rush a series out. Let's just do this and then see how it goes. If it's a flop, we'll go back to something else. If it kind of does all right, we'll make another season. I personally just wish they would take a bit more time with it, invest maybe a bit more money, again, invest more time getting it right, doing it right. And if it takes an extra year, it takes an extra year.
Yeah, 100%.
But then at least you could, how can I say it? At least if you got it right or close to it being as right as possible, you'd get more of a fan back in.
Yeah.
Whereas it's just, and I mean, it's the way of the world in anything. It's always going to be money driven, money related. But if they just took a bit more time with it and got it right, I think they'd make more money rather than it being a flop and losing money.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's only my opinion, but I would love to see more.
But I also think it's a shame that it flopped, because I actually really enjoyed it. There were some real big firsts that kind of came during the Acolyte. It's the first time we've ever seen the bleed of a lightsaber crystal.
Yes.
In a live action show. It's only been hinted at previously. So to see that visually, and the thing is, some of the choreography and the fight scenes and stuff like that was just exceptional. It really, really showed the height of this era of peace and this era of, we can actually focus on our training and the way that we want to be as Jedi and all this sort of stuff. So it really sort of it really drew me into this sort of era of, they are the most powerful beings in the world, and then this creature appears that just wipes the floor with 9 of them.
Yeah.
In probably the best cinematographic cinematography scene that I've seen in the Star Wars universe, maybe only seconded to the Anakin Obi-Wan fight in Episode 3.
Yeah.
It's just a real shame that not enough people sort of saw it in the same way.
And I think that's, again, going off a bit of a tangent, I think in this day and age, I think social media makes or breaks a film or a series. And it's a shame, really, because like you say, again, I really enjoyed it, and I'd be so up for a second season. It's just...
But like, I'd be up for a second season where it really dove into the relationship between Osha and the Acolyte, dive into the dark side, what the story with the Rule of Two is, because the Rule of Two is obviously implemented because there is visions of Darth Plagueis there.
Yeah.
So the Rule of Two is implemented at that time, and then there's 3 of them. So does the Acolyte know about Plagueis? Does he think he's gone? Like, is this all a bit like the Plagueis being a puppet, sort of? There's just so much that you could dive into.
There's a lot of unanswered questions in the Star Wars universe.
100%.
And will we ever probably get the answers that we want? No.
But I also don't think it's necessarily about getting the answers that you want. Like, I'd be quite happy to get an answer and for it to be explored. And if it's explored in a way that isn't liked by lots of people, then that's also okay. I didn't like all of the Star Wars films. I thought The Phantom Menace was a little bit pointless. But it wasn't pointless because it needed to tell that part of the story. I get it. Didn't make it the best film in history, but regardless. But it's there for a reason, and I think The Acolyte could be there for a reason if we could run with it. But like you said, it's just a monetary thing, and it's a real shame because if they spent a little bit more time like they did with the Ahsoka series, which was excellent. Which
is amazing.
Definitely going back for a second season and all that sort of stuff. Or they took a little bit of time like they did with the Obi-Wan series, a series that might not come back, but it just ties up a lot of things in a nice, neat little bow. Because you go from Episode 3 to Episode 4, you've got Obi-Wan, who's this broken person because he thinks he's just murdered his lifelong best friend that he's trained with, who he loved as a brother, to this old bloke who's still at one with the Force, who still sort of like seems to be this sort of happy. It really filled that gap in really, really nicely.
Yeah.
I wish they did a bit more with the Acolyte to make people think, yeah, let's get on board with this. Let's see this new season, and yeah. But such it is. However, Star Wars, coming onto it, there was a trailer for Skeleton Crew, wasn't there?
Yes, I was literally just going to mention that because I think that's another one as well that could be, because I think this one, it's the New Republic era, and it's a group of kids that are lost in the galaxy, and they're trying to get their way home or something like that. I can't really remember too much about it, but it's again,
is it a story that needs to be told? Maybe. Is it a story that we want to be told? Yeah, maybe. But I hope they're just not. Again, it comes down to that age-old adage: do you want quantity or do you want quality? We've discussed it so much with so many different things in the past. We've discussed it with Pokemon cards. We've discussed it with various other media franchises and stuff like that, who are just pumping and pumping and pumping all this sort of stuff. I think even down to the MCU when they did all of those TV series. They did Loki, they did WandaVision, they did Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They've done all these sort of TV series. Are they overpopulating something which is then not in their realms? Whereas realistically, could they have done 1 or 2 series instead of 8 or 9 series?
Yeah.
And done real good quality ones instead of the waftiness that we've got.
Yeah, again, with the Marvel series, I was hit and miss. I think there's a couple that I haven't even watched, to be honest, because I watched like 1 episode or 2 episodes and just thought, no, this isn't for me. Because as well, obviously, you've got Agatha All Along TV series coming out soon, which is obviously the spin-off from WandaVision. Yeah.
And again, like, it just it might be great.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I thought she was a good character in WandaVision.
I wouldn't know. I never got around to finishing it. I never got around to watching much of it because it never grabbed me.
Again, only my opinion. You're not really missing out on much, to be honest. I wouldn't. Enough. And again, with this, I'm like, oh.
Is it a story that needs to be told?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, again, like she was good. She was good in that series. Is she worthy of her own series?
Maybe,
maybe not. It all depends what direction, how they're going to tie it in with other characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, like I say, I think it's just, let's just pick a name out of a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we've got the Thing from Fantastic Four. Let's make a series out of that.
Yeah, I think quality over quantity needs to prevail, and maybe start stripping it back. But it's a money world, and it's a money's game. And
but talking of TV series that do well,
go on, do.
We got the DC, we got the Penguin TV series.
Yes,
coming out.
Yeah, so DC is definitely one of those franchises. The films
don't do well,
but the TV series do seem to slap. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the opposite of Marvel, isn't it? Which, I mean, obviously it is decent.
Yeah.
But I mean, as in, Marvel seem to, like say, smash the movies, flop the TV series. DC smash the TV series, flop the movies.
Yeah. 100%.
So without, I mean, I don't even think I've seen the trailer. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure, is it Colin Farrell that's back playing the Penguin? I say back playing the Penguin. He's playing the Penguin.
Yeah.
I feel somewhere in my archive of...
you probably are.
He may have played the Penguin previously
a
film.
He did in the Batman film with Robert Pattinson, the emo Batman, as I call him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one who played Batman really, really well, but played Bruce Wayne really terribly. Yeah, that was my overriding feeling from that film. I actually thought he was a really good Batman, but the problem is the...
Yes, he is. He is. I just Googled just to double check.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the trailer, but obviously knowing how well most of the DC TV series have been, like Gotham, I mean, I've probably watched that series about 3 or 4 times, and I could probably watch it again in a heartbeat.
It is very, very good. But yeah, hopefully this the TV series bodes well, and that'll be another good one that we can crack out, which would be a nice little watch.
I do wonder if there'd be any like nods to Danny DeVito's Penguin from the Tim Burton films. Yeah,
the good old days. Quite possibly, to be fair, quite possibly. However, moving off of films and TV slightly and into gaming, Star Wars Outlaws launched 9 days ago.
Yes,
I haven't played it yet. However, I cannot wait. I will be picking up at some point very, very soon. I'm not too sure how it's been received in general terms. However, I'm still very much looking forward to it.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
I have played it.
Okay.
I thought I pre-ordered the gold edition, so I was like, "Yep, 3 days before early access, buzz in." No, I got the standard edition, didn't I?
Yeah,
so I got confused between the Assassin's Creed one.
Yeah, okay.
But hey, I must admit, I do feel the game feels like really like authentic,
and
it takes you back to being like for our age group, like being a kid again, like playing the first Star Wars game on like the PS1. There's loads of little nods to films and other games. It's got a really good story, lots of action. It's quite humorous in places, and there's quite a lot to do in the game. It's not just like get from A to B. There's like side quests and things like that. There's definitely lots to do. And it's just something you'd expect from a Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the soundtrack is good.
You can't go wrong with the soundtrack.
I do. I mean, I'm a bit biased. I do love a good gaming soundtrack. So
100%.
I can definitely see me like spending a lot of time on this game.
Yeah,
it just sucks that for me that obviously this is out Star Wars and then Assassin's Creed in like a month and a half times. So I'm gonna struggle to split my time to play the two.
Yeah.
Because me personally, and
Creed will
win.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those games where we play, we get so far into it, we
Park it.
but then when we come back, we start afresh. Like I've always found
Yeah.
that when I come back, because I forget so much of the content that's involved in it, I will park it, and then when I come back, I'll have to start again. It's one of those things. But I am very much looking forward to playing it. It will eat up a lot of my time, I am sure.
Another game that I've seen that has also come out recently, or is due out in the next few days, is Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2.
Oh, okay. So I know a lot of people like a bit of Warhammer, which is the little figurine painting thing, isn't it?
Yes, it's something that I used to do, and I would like to get back into. It's just time. It's not something you can just quickly like.
You can't sit there and spend 15-20 minutes on it.
It's a good couple of hours.
Yeah, okay.
But I've seen a few like gameplay trailers, and it does look pretty good, to be honest. Yeah. I think, like I say, I've never really. I don't think there's been other games or anything like that. But I think it's one of those little like chill games, me personally, and also I think it kind of looks a bit like Gears of War.
Okay,
but that's just my perception of what I've seen. But
no.
it could be one of those games that
it really sort of grips you up and
you get involved in and get quite hooked.
Yeah. I just I think there's very much going to be, for me, there's going to be Star Wars will tick me over until Assassin's Creed comes out. I will jump full feet into Assassin's Creed until I finish that. Then I'll probably go back to Star Wars, and that'll probably tick me over until the new Pokemon Legends game comes out at some point in the near future. I don't know how long that'll be, but at some point in the future.
Yeah,
but
hopefully not too long.
No, exactly.
Of a wait.
No, 100%. That's I think that's what we got for media, gaming, etc. for the time being. One thing I would like to just say, shout out to the We Love Collectibles guys. They've got a shop launching this Saturday. I can't wait to see the new space. I can't wait to see the new place up in full flow. We're gonna head over there on the Saturday for the launch day.
We're gonna go over and see
the guys. It's going to be really good fun. I've already seen the mural that's been hand painted on the side of the wall.
Yes, we posted that on our Instagram.
Sensational piece of work.
When I shared it, the lady who's done it, whose name has completely slipped my mind, messaged me to say thanks for sharing. And I said, if we ever get a nerdy HQ, she's coming to paint it for us.
100%.
She was up for it. But
such an excellent piece of artwork.
But
looks great. Freya Taylor Boards.
That's the one.
No spaces on Instagram.
Yes, drop her a follow on Instagram, Nerdy Nation, and also the We Love Collectible guys. They do have a website as well, so you can order from them as well.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
It's welovecollectibles.co.uk, I believe. Yeah. But we'll tag them. We'll tag them in the thing, and you can follow it.
We'll do the things. You do the things. Homework.
Yes,
Lewis has homework for us all.
I do, and this week the homework is courtesy of Shelby on Safari, and her homework is, when I can find it on my notes, and I've completely lost it.
Whilst Lewis finds it, we will
entertain them.
Entertain ourselves for a little while with stories of our past. Are you all right?
No, I can't find it.
Well,
I don't know. I found it.
As you can see, we are professional as ever here at the Nerdy Side Up. We're just two regular people who just turn up, talk absolute nonsense for about half hour, 45 minutes, and then go again. There's no structure to this.
No, there never is. There's no editing.
No editing, no structure. We're just as real as they come, really. However, he has found it, so go.
Yes, so as I was saying, Shelby on Safari has set our homework this week. Please drop her a follow on Instagram. She's absolutely amazing. She's so cool with all her work that she does with animals.
Aye.
And her homework is, what film or TV show do you find yourself quoting every day in conversation? So that is your homework, Nerdy Nation. drop us, slide into our DMs with your homework answers, and we will read them out and shout out to your page.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this. I've already got a list of about 10.
Yeah.
Some I probably can't say
I think
without a PG or R rating, but I can find a few.
A fair few that we probably say, probably without even realising it as well, especially from the era and the sort of films that we like. I bet there's quite a bit that we do. My favourite one, I'll do one nicer now. Maximum Effort.
Yes.
Always throw out a bit of Maximum Effort. But yeah, so homework. We look forward to reading some of them on our next episode. I think they're going to be hilarious.
I can't wait.
So unless there's anything else that you want to add?
Probably, but it'll take me about 4 hours to find it. So
exactly. So I guess that'll do for now.
Yeah, so until next time, stay nerdy.